Shalom, come in the name of Yahweh, Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Hear well, and salutes unto the Arkham that contains precious word and truth and sincerity. Now, I found this document here about the similarities between Arabic and Hebrew. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. It says, for decades, non-linguists thought Arabic and Hebrew were nearly the same, especially Arabic speakers. Yeah, why especially Arabic speakers? Because that language came after. Who pronounce Hebrew, Ebri, and Arabic, Abri, with the same letters, but with different order. Okay. Arabic is a Central Semitic language, closely related to Aramaic, Hebrew, Ugaritic, and Phoenician. And Phoenician is pretty much Hebrew as well. Just tell you a little bit more about Arabic. And it says Hebrew is a West Semitic language of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Historically, is regarded as the language of the Israelites and their ancestors. Alright. So, if you know who the Israelites are, then you know whose language it really is. Alright? You so-called blacks, you Negroes, man. So-called blacks, Negroes, Native American Indians, Latinas, Central South America, the islands, man, the Israelites, man. Okay. So the language is telling you here. Now, notice it didn't say the language of the Jews. It said the language of the Israelites and their ancestors. Okay, although the language was not referred to by the name Hebrew in the Tanakh, which is, it says Hebrew Bible, the earliest examples of written Paleo Hebrew date from the 10th century BCE. Okay, because there's a difference between the Paleo Hebrew and the Syrian script. Okay, similarities, because both languages belong to the Semitic language family, and to be a Semite or a Semitic, alright, means that you have to come from Sham. Alright, Noah's 3 sons, Sham, Ham, or Ham, and Japheth. Okay, so we come from Sham, which is now what they translate as Sem, and you get the word Semitic. Alright. You'll easily notice strong similarities between both languages when you listen to a Hebrew conversation, providing you are using whatever. Now I want to scroll down. They've got some words there. For example, boy. Now they write in it, the transliteration as if it was a Syrian script, Yaled, which is really lad, alright, for boy in Paleo Hebrew, but in Arabic it's walad. Okay, yalada, you got here but for girl, or bent and you see the examples like I mentioned before. Peace, they've got shalom here for the Hebrew, and salam for the Arabic, which is really shalom. Okay, listen, here they've got shima, in Arabic is esma, or esma'a, which really would be in Paleo shamai. They yawam, You know, so there you have it. Now let's look at some differences. The Hebrew alphabet, it says it's 22 letters, whereas the Arabic are 28. Arabic letters are written in cursive. Hebrew letters cannot be joined. Now it says here, the most important point, modern Hebrew is influenced by the Roman, Slavic, let me read that again. Modern Hebrew is influenced by the Romance, Slavic, and Germanic languages. That's why you've got a lot of its and vits in modern Hebrew. You know, Yitzhak, you know, Yaakov, you know, which is really Yaakov, you know, and many other things, man. So the Hebrew that's spoken today is not even biblical Hebrew. You know, go back to that Paleo. Okay. Summary: Arabic and Hebrew both belong to the Semitic language family, making them similar languages, and the new generations can find them under the tree of bidirectional languages. Structures, pronunciation, and words resemble one another. However, they are separate languages. So yeah. Where we at? Let's go. If I go to Genesis 11. Now Genesis 11 says, in the whole, verse 1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. That one language, Lashawan Echad. Alright? That's the Paleo Hebrew, Lashwan Kodash, the holy tongue. You know, the Ibar, Lashwan Tahar, the pure tongue. Okay. Now the Lord actually confused their languages. If you keep reading down in Genesis 11, verse 7, let's go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So from there you got all these other languages, which obviously was adapted and, you know, modifications over the years and generations, but the initial change or origin of all these other languages, because the Lord changed it up, you know. So all these languages, somewhat, shape or form, go back to a bastardized version of the one language to start with, which was the last one, Kodash. The Hebrew. But the Lord has returned that, you know, through great men on this side. And we through faith know that we've got the original Hebrew, which is what we speak, the last one, Kodash, man. And it's a thing of faith, man. If you can't accept it or see it, then pray to the Lord. He opens your mind to accept it and see it. But if you can't, then, oh well. Okay, but it's the prophecy here. Zephaniah 3:9, for them will I turn to the people of pure language, and they shall call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. Okay, so the pure language is the Hebrew, man. You know, and that's what we're going to be speaking, man. We're speaking of English, no French, no none of that, man. You know, we're going to be speaking of pure Hebrew in the kingdom. Anyways, that amount, shalom.